Good morning, everyone. It's Gloria with Lillie Beth. And this is Monday. It's very, very dreary and rainy here, so I'm spending another day inside with my sweet Lillie Beth. And I wanted to do the tag from Mia's Dolls and Fun, the fall back tag. And I'll get to that in just a minute. I wanted to show you what I have on Lillie Beth today. I have literally been chomping at the bit for the last several months, waiting for it to be cool enough to put this little outfit on her. I bought all the pieces at different times. They may be Carter's. I don't recall even looking at the tags, but I do believe that they came together as separates, perhaps when they were new, but these were found at different places, different thrift stores, and a children's consignment shop. And they're not, like the little onesie is a preemie and the little overall is a 3 months and the shoes are newborn. So I kind of covered all the bases here, but I'd like to show you this first before we get into the actual video. This is just the most beautiful little soft outfit. It's velour, and the onesie is knit, and this is, let me see if I can get this into better focus here. There we go. This little knit has the most beautiful little embroidered trim around the collar, just super, super petite and sweet. And I love the little overalls here that are velour and the embroidered pattern on them in the sweet little pink trim right here. They're just so, so soft. And come on down and you see the beautiful embroidery and trim at the bottom of the legs. And I happened to come across these little tennis shoes. They're very soft, little cotton tennis shoes at a consignment shop. I think I paid $1 for them or something like that. Have the same embroidered trim on the top. So that's why I say I think this was all probably sold as separates at one point in time somewhere. And I have Lillie Beth laying on one of my favorite blankets. It's just so luxurious. It's the softest ever. It's not velour, but it has that same soft feel. And I just love having it using it on Lillie Beth, and the colors, that pale soft pink that I love so much. And of course she has on a little headband that I think I got it at the thrift store too. And she's got her little bear stuffed toy here this morning, but she's just looking awfully sweet. Just looks good enough to eat. I just love my little darling. But now I'll get on, so we won't be so late. I'll get on with the tag. And I gave this quite some thought and watched some of the other videos and also read the responses from the ladies. And many of them were my exact thoughts and feelings. And so I'm sorry if I'm repeating, but these, I just happen to feel the same way. But I believe that if I had to go back in time for a day, I would go back to the year that I was 4, between 4 and 5. Those times, that was just times of wonderment, no responsibility, not in school yet, had lots of time to play, no chores. My mother, who later became a nurse, at that time was still a stay-at-home mom, which I loved. And all the people that I loved were still alive at that time. My paternal grandmother was still living. She lived until I was 9, although she was an invalid, but I loved her very much. I called her Mama. And my paternal grandfather died in the same hospital at the same time my mother was giving birth to me on another floor. of the hospital, so I never got to meet him, but he looked like a very sweet old man in his photos. He lived to be up in his 90s. And my mother's mother passed away when my mother was 7, and then her father died when I was very, very young, so I don't remember them at all. But my aunts and uncles and all were still living and lived fairly close by, and we got to visit, particularly around the holidays. Mother cooked a big meal at Thanksgiving and at Christmas, and everyone came over to the house, and we ate and just had a wonderful time. And, it's like those were the days. I can't imagine a better time in my life than when I was 4 years old. And I went to think about photographs, but my mother, right before she passed away, all the photographs that she had, I believe, I'm not sure, but they went to my sister, and of course my sister passed away, and I really don't have any idea where all those photographs are. So I used to have many, many of them because my sister was 13 years older than me, and she, of course, when I was 4 years old, she was still living at home, and she had a little brownie camera, and I was more like her baby than a sister, and so she was always taking photographs of me, and so I had many pictures of me as a child, but I don't have any idea where they are now or if they're even still in existence, but I did save a few. And the one I'm about to show you, there's a little story behind it. It was when I was 4, and it was an 8x10, and it was hand-colored because back then they didn't have colored photographs. Well, when my husband and I married, his mother had very few photographs of him as a child, but one she had, and she had cut it to fit a frame, and therefore she had chopped off the corners of his ears and his little outfit to fit the frame. And he is 4 years older than I am, but I thought it was so sweet that this photo was of him when he was 4, so I took it to a photographer and had them blow up his picture and my picture to be the same size, and because his ear was chopped off in the picture, she chopped off my hair a little bit just to match the picture. And so I'm going to show you, it's in a frame together. I've had it in this frame for many years, but that is me at 4, and that is my husband at 4. And I just adore these little pictures. I only have 1 or 2 or so of him as a child. And so it just means, a lot to me to have this. But that's my response to the tag, and I, want to hear everyone else's too. It was a lot of fun taking the time to think about this. And, I don't want to make this too long. And as you can tell, my voice is still going in and out. I have no idea what's going on with me. Perhaps it's the weather. It's still extremely dreary and drizzling rain outside, so that could very well have something to do with it. But I wish you all a wonderful day, and I'm looking forward, as I usually do, to your videos and hearing your responses to the tag. So I send love and hugs from Lillie, Beth, and myself. And we'll talk to you again very soon, ladies. Love and hugs. Bye-bye.